But this first heat is full of quality. Olympic bronze medalist from the Netherlands, Emma Oosterweigel, will go in lane 1. Settling her nerves before this opening event. Big question marks over the form of the reigning champion, Katarina Johnson-Thompson. It's an event she doesn't necessarily excel in, so this might not be a revelation, but it'll be interesting to see how she navigates the first round. Empty lane 3, and Nafi Thiam, double Olympic champion, mastered this event over the last few years for Belgium. Lane 5 will see Claudia Conte, 6th place at World Indoor Championships in Belgrade, finding her feet here on the international senior stage. Lane 6 will be Germany's Sophie Weissenberg. Personal best this year of 13.56. And 7 is the second-ranked Polish athlete, Paulina Legarska, picked up a 2nd place in their national championships behind Adriana Sulek, who will go in the 2nd heat. And completing the lineup out in lane 8 is Ashton Zamzau-Mailer, NCAA champion back here in 2019. Quite the journey to qualify and to wait to get an invitation, but delighted to see 4 US women. Just what a host nation deserves. Oosterweigel, bronze medalist from Tokyo in 1. Defending champion Johnson-Thompson in 2. Nafi Thiam, Olympic champion in 4. Conte in 5. Weissenberg in 6. Legarska in 7. And Zamzau-Mailer in 8. No problem. Let's hope these women can navigate these hurdles safely, get their campaign off to a good start. And Ashton Zamzau-Mailer at the moment putting pressure on the double Olympic champion Nafi Thiam to her inside. Nafi Thiam coming good in the final few stages. Good look at that from Nafi Thiam. She punches the air. 13.21 would be a big personal best for her. 13.34 her best. Just to mark your card, she was only 15th in the opening event in Tokyo with 13.54, and that is significantly better. Getting the early bragging rights ahead of Oosterweigel. And also, just to let you know, each 10th of a second is 15 points. So that's nearly a 30-point lead over the Olympic bronze medalist Oosterweigel. And Nafi Thiam looks like she can hardly believe it. What an opening event from our Olympic champion.
Defending champion, 13.54 by the way, so she's 1,044, so she's already nearly 50 points down on Nafi Thiam. Meanwhile, here we go with the second then. That's Annick Kalin being introduced to the crowd. She's in 1. Adriana Sulek. I wonder if this is the kind of year where she can make that big step up. World Indoor Silver, European Under-23 champion. A lot of people really excited about the pole. Xenia Krisan, national record in GOTS last year, 6,651, former World Junior silver medalist. Michelle Atherley studies at the University of Miami, 3rd in the national champs. Very good 200-meter runner, so she'll look to finish day 1 with a big haul of points, and she should go inside 13 seconds here. Nuovitz, world indoor champion. 4th last year. She's definitely got the confidence and the self-belief to upgrade to a podium position. We're waiting for Kendall Williams to produce in a 2-day competition in a championship what she can do on the circuit. Anouk Vetter knows how to deliver in the major events, as she did in Tokyo last year with the silver medal, 3rd in London, former European champion as well. And on the outside, the NCAA champion from the United States, Anna Hall, getting a big reception. She's also a really good 400 hurdler, so should be comfortable at this event. On paper then, it's Atherley in lane 4, but of course,
on your mark,
it isn't really about whether you're 1st, 2nd or 3rd. It's about making the most of every 100th of a second you can find. Thiam, the double Olympic champion, took the first heat in 13.21 for 1,093 points. Let's see what we get from this second heat, which contains 3 Americans. Atherley, the fastest on paper, starts in lane 4. Second heat, the first event of the women's heptathlon, the 100 hurdles. Athley right in the centre of your picture going well. Carlin started well on the far side, the Swiss athlete, and coming through on the near side is Vetter. Good running from all three. The American takes it, Athley from Kalin on the far side, 13-12. We might have expected her to go a little quicker than that. 13-12, to put that into context, is 1,106 points if it's confirmed. Good running from Kalin. In fact, it was pretty even across that field. She came under a little bit of pressure, Athley, towards the middle part of the race because Kalin had got out so well for Switzerland over in lane 1, and she's got a decent haul of points as well. It looks like it has been confirmed at 13-1-2, so that is over 1,100 points for the American. That was a pretty high standard in that heat. Everybody relieved to be up and running and having successfully completed the first event. I agree with you, Hannah. I think this is a brutal way to start. The men, I say all in brackets, 100 metres for the decathlon, don't false start and you're straight down, whereas this is highly technical, no room for error in event 1.
It really is stressful. Navigated really well by Michelle Atherley there. She had to go all the way to the NACAC Championships to get herself enough ranking points to be here, so she's had to compete an awful lot, and brilliant to see her coming out with that 13-12. Monique Kalin, new Swiss record holder in lane 1. Kind of isolated there on her own, did super well to pull herself through in a personal best. I was impressed by Witz as well. Nor Witz took 4th place at the Tokyo Olympics. And we've said this a few times over the last couple of days. How do you respond to that? Do you rise to the occasion? Do you find a little bit more? And Norwitz certainly did that indoors, taking that world indoor title by just a few points over Adriana Sulik of Poland, that's had a decent race there in lane 2. But Anouk Vetter, the pre-race favourite, for me, I think she's going to be a little bit underwhelmed with that performance. She was way down the field. She took 3rd place overall in Tokyo in this opening event and then went on to get the bronze medal. So when you're trying to chase down points over the likes of Nafi Tiem, Anouk Vetter did not have the best start.
Well, that bodes well for Nafi Tiem, doesn't it? Because she would have been expecting to give away a few more points than she has done to the likes of Michelle Atherley. Atherley will hope to finish today in fine style. She's got a 23.4 200-metre PB, but there's a lot to do between now and then, and there's a lot of people here in the crowd. I hope they've got their sun cream on, because when it's bright as it is here today and there's no shade, it is absolutely baking hot here in Eugene. It really is. It is the perfect day to be watching track and field, that's for sure.
So there's the results of that first heat, confirming that personal best for Olympic champion Nafi Tiem, and Oosterwegel doing well there with the season's best. Samso Mailer of the USA got that great start, held on well. Weisenberg coming through for a personal best. Season's best for the defending champion, and another personal best for Spain's Claudia Conte in 6th place. Anna Hall asking for some Hayward Field support. And she faces 1 metre and 88. Could be another outdoor PB if she can manage it. And she does! Generating all that momentum. She always bounds. Some of these athletes sprint at the bar. I think Nafi Tiem, a bit more of horizontal speed. But Anna Hall there, look at that. Boom, 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 ping over 1 metre and 86. New personal best. Enjoying every moment of her senior debut here with the USA vest. So Nafi Tiem is now out there all on her own. The bar's gone up to 1 metre and 95. This is the championship heptathlon best height. Best height cleared within a world championship heptathlon, and Nafi Tiem has managed that. She did it in Doha. She now shares that championship heptathlon best with Carolina Kluft. Rogeles Rodriguez, she did that in 2017, and Katarina Johnson-Thompson. Nafi Tiem in fantastic form. We've only seen her do 1 metre and 92 already before we headed out here to Eugene. Will Nafi Tiem have a go at 1 metre and 98? It's already a whopping 1,171 points for the reigning Olympic champion. Anna Hall having a good morning so far. in the bronze medal position at the moment, and that's a great throw. That could be a personal best. Mentioned before, she's a collegiate athlete, so it's a super busy season, and you might say if you compete loads, there's a risk of burning out as you move through the season. But from talking to our co-commentator Gail Devers, the fact that Anna Hall can totally focus on this one competition and maybe not think about 400-meter hurdles that she does sometimes, could mean Anna Hall might bring her very best here to Eugene. Here is the pre-event favourite, Anouk Vetter, and her second round throw. Wow, that looked good. You couldn't tell that from her body posture, from her body position. You can now. To me, she always stayed low. There wasn't that explosion of power up that you'd expect, but there's a nice little dance. We've seen a few dances so far. It's almost a gallop after a coaching team to say, oh, did you see that? What a throw from Anouk Vetter. That's going to put some pressure on Nafi TM. These athletes are so competitive. She won't like the fact that Anouk Vetter is throwing 16 meters in 25. That looks smooth. Let's see what Dan O'Brien thinks about that shot put from Nafi TM.
Yeah, that definitely did look smooth. You know, if you wonder about her conditioning or what kind of shape she is in coming to these World Championships, all you have to do is go back and look at the Belgium Championships. She long jumped 6.63 to win the Belgium title. She was second in the hurdles, 13.50. She ran faster than that today. And when she runs a personal best out of the blocks in the first event, that could spell trouble.
We start on the outside. Annick Kalin going in lane 8. And to Zamzal Mela. Good performance so far. NCAA champion in 2019. Krisan in 6, national record last year in Gotsis. Legarska of Poland, twice a national champion in the heptathlon, coming up to her peak years at the age of 26. Conte, European under-23 silver medalist last year. She's yet to go inside 24.8. Oosterwegel, 7th in Doha, but the Olympic bronze medalist. And what a way to start with 13.44 in the 100 hurdles. Nafi TM broke her PB with the hurdles, 13.21, and then followed it up with a 1.95 in the high jump. Double Olympic champion, world champion in London, silver medalist in Doha. She is hoping to round off day 1 in style and in front with a comfortable lead. Thiam in 2, Oosterwegel in 3, Conte in 4, Legarska in 5, Krisan, very good athlete, in 6, Zamzal Mela in 7, and Kalin in lane 8. First of 2 heats, the women's heptathlon 200 meters. The end of a long, hard day. Pretty even this one. Legarska trying to come up onto the shoulder of Krisan, and Conte running well, the Spaniard. And look at that on the outside. Kalin of Switzerland trying to produce some good points. Nafi TM on the inside, driving away towards the line. Remember, it's about the points, not necessarily the positions. Great work there from Kalin. Thiam dipping for the line, 24.06. It's around about, well, 1500ths outside her PB, but that is a great end to day 1 for Annick Kalin, who had a PB in the 100-meter hurdles and finished off with a nice run over 200 meters.
She really worked that start. Coming off the curve, she reignited herself and went again.
24.05 will give her 976 points. Vetter on the outside. One of the favourites for this title. So too Nuovic, just on her inside. Vetter, the silver medalist last year. Nuovic, the reigning world indoor champion. Then to Kendall Williams, world indoor bronze. Williams has got a PB of 23.5. She'd love to get close to that now. Adriana Sulek. She is improving so quickly. World indoor silver, European under-23 gold last year. The combined events fraternity so excited about her progress. And that of Anna Hall, NCAA champion. She's a really good 400 hurdler, which bodes well in this event. Over 14 meters in the shot put. Weissenberg, a former World Junior long jump silver medalist, so she'll hope to go well tomorrow. Can she finish day one in style? Then the defending champion, Katarina Johnson-Thompson, 13.54 in the hurdles, 12.92 with the shot put. She looks somewhat pensive. And Michelle Atherley, third in the US National Championships. She won her heat of the hurdles, seems like about 3 days ago. It was only this morning. So she will have a good target in Katarina Johnson-Thompson just ahead of her. Johnson-Thompson's PB is the quickest in the field at 22.79, but she's yet to break 23.5 this season. Atherley, America 1. Johnson-Thompson, the defending champion, in 2. Weissenberg in 3 for Germany. Hall, NCAA champion for USA, in 4. Sulek, world indoor silver, in 5. Williams, world indoor bronze, in 6. Witz, the world indoor champion, in 7. And Vetter, the Olympic silver medalist, on the outside, in 8. Watch for Johnson-Thompson, because it was round the bend in Tokyo where she had to drop out. She's second from the right-hand side. Brilliant running by Anna Hall, the NCAA champion. She is streaking away from everybody. Johnson-Thompson trying to close her down. Sulek running well, and so too Vetter on this side. Hall with by far the best run. Johnson-Thompson in second. Hall has run 23.08. And that will give her 1,071 points. Johnson-Thompson about half a second adrift. Vetter and Sulek running well. Witz giving away a little bit of ground after that. So in a little while, we'll be able to give you the overnight standings. But it should well be that Nafi Thiam is leading. No wonder Hall is over the moon. That is a new PB. She's taken 500ths off her lifetime best from 23.13 to 23.08.
Anna Hall, see that margin? She's got ahead of Adriana Sulek, about 25 centimeters. Looking about 70 points she could put on the Polish athlete here. Only a 9-point buffer at the moment coming into this.
Want some encouragement from the, and you see as she was going through, she was walking back, actually going through her routine, making sure that she runs through.
Dan O'Brien, our Olympic decathlon champion, is down there watching Anna Hall and has been keeping a beady eye on this heptathlon field.
Well, good morning, ladies. It is great to be with you. You know, one of the challenges of day 2 in the multi-events is the early start time. They start at 9:35 Pacific time here, and you think about what time did they have to get up, eat, and then report to the practice track and start their warm-up. And so I think we got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of cold muscles out there on the first 2 rounds. Didn't seem to bother Nafi Thiam that much because she is so experienced. But here you see Anna Hall waiting till the 3rd attempt to see her best marks. But, you know, when you look up in the stands, Anna Hall's entire family is here. She also has the entire coaching staff from the University of Florida. All 5 coaches have come out this morning to watch her. But we should keep a really close eye, certainly, on that battle for that 3rd place position. Adriana Sulek of Poland and Anna Hall, because they have very similar second days. They both are good long jumpers. They both are not particularly strong javelin throwers, but they both run very good 800 meters. And I think that's where the bronze medal will be battled out today. Between the top 2, Nafi Thiam, she seems to have separated herself, and it's the jumps that has done it for her. The high jump and the long jump, she's world class in both of those, and that's what it takes these days to win these global championships.
Thanks, great to have insight from Dan O'Brien. He knows what it takes to win a multi-event on home soil. I don't think Anna Hall would have to cause quite the upset to leap up from bronze to gold, but at the moment at home championships with, like Dan said, so many friends and family there watching her, Anna Hall doing fantastically well. Nafi Thiam piling the pressure on. 6 meters and 59, that's a fantastic jump from Nafi Thiam. Anouk Vetter, She is underperforming in this long jump by her lofty standards. She's got one or two hands on that silver medal. I think Anna Hall and Adriana Sulik will push themselves all the way back up to catch Anouk Vetter, but Anouk Vetter came here for gold. She's got 61 points to try and make up on Nafi Thiam. Nafi Thiam is incredibly good in the long jump, great in the shot in the javelin. If Anouk Vetter can't do a better jump here, she leaps out of the pit, waiting for that white flag. It was close on the board. She does get it. Valid jump for Anouk Vetter. She's just saying to her coaching team, let's calm down, let's get that measurement. Nafi Thiam is on 6 meters and 59. Anouk Vetter looking to improve her 6 meters and 17. She's much more capable of that. 902 points at the moment, and she would have given herself a whole lot more here with this third round attempt. Nice. 6 meters and 52 for Anouk Vetter, and that is an outright personal best. So Anna Hall will have racked up a few more points. A massive advance. Oh, there you go. That's the technique I was talking about. Oh, Anna Hall doing the same as Adriana Sulik. She saved something. I thought that first round throw looked good, but that was brilliant.
That was.
Over 50 meters there for Anna Hall, your US and NCAA champion. Personal best of 45 meters and 12 centimeters. That's going to have absolutely obliterated that. Anouk Vetter took the early lead in the opening round with 53.89 ahead of Nafi Thiam. And then her compatriot Emma Oosterweigel added 14 centimeters or so. She went over 54 meters. So Anouk Vetter can have that target of her fellow Olympic medalist from Holland.
Ah, nice. And they know it when it happens. She unleashed an awesome throw, and she went to the ground and saw it go through. And that's got to make you feel good.
Great to see the smiles as well at this stage in the competition. There are 6 events into 7 of this heptathlon. And Anouk Vetter has a brilliant throw. It's been measured at 58 meters, 29 centimeters, 1,021 points. At the moment, that is 135 points more than Nafi Thiam. Nafi Thiam's going to have to find a little bit extra. I think that could push Anouk Vetter ahead of her.
Right, so we're going to see if she can get in there and throw a big throw, because she's behind Vetter right now. And she sees that with the energy. Let's see if the crowd can bring her home.
Done that awful thing in sport where you hang a gold medal around somebody before they've actually got it. Nafi Thiam outperforming many of the marks she set to take that win in Tokyo, and suddenly under pressure, and that was her last chance to close the gap up on Anouk Vetter. That might be an improvement on her 51 meters and 22. But it's just what you want to go into that 800 meters going, it doesn't really matter what happens, and that is not what we're going to happen with. Anouk Vetter's still got one more throw. 53 meters and 1 centimeter for Nafi Thiam, so she's clawed back a few points. She's now 102 points in this event, and she's given up 102 points to Vetter, so that could be right down to the wire overall.
Anouk Vetter leads this heptathlon, but it's close. Nafi Thiam is 19 points behind her. That equates to about a second and a quarter or a second and a half. It's not an exact science. Adriana Sulik on the outside, world indoor silver. Sulik lies 4th overall. She's unlikely to be able to upgrade to bronze because she's behind the fastest 800 meter in the runner in the field. That's Zamzal Mela, NCAA champion, 25 years of age. Williams has opted not to start, by the way. Claudia Conta had a PB in the 100 hurdles and the 200. Could she finish in style, the Spaniard? European Under-23 silver a few years ago. Now, Anna Hall is a brilliant runner. She's in the bronze medal position. She has by far the quickest PB over 800, but it's a huge deficit up to Thiam in second and Vetter in front. Michelle Atherley, student at the University of Miami. Atherley off the podium. Now to Nafi Thiam, the double Olympic champion, the world champion in London, relinquished her crown to Katarina Johnson-Thompson in Doha and desperately wants it back, wants to become a multiple world champion. Johnson-Thompson, great to see her smiling and competing. It was not really destined to be her day as it was in Doha 3 years ago. Noor Witz, the world indoor champion, just off the podium in Tokyo. She's down in 6th. Her PB's 2:08, so she could jump up a little bit. Anouk Vetter, could she become the first Dutch woman to win a combined events gold? She's going to need the race of her life to do so. Paulina Legarska, PB in the 200 meters, the pole. Could she break 2:13 here on her 7th and final event? Oosterwegel, 7th in Doha, but a brilliant bronze in Tokyo. She's down in 7th. Unlikely to get on the podium here. And Anna Carlin, PB in the 100 hurdles, 48 meters in the javelin, a multiple national champion over the long jump. So, the nuts and the bolts here. If Anouk Vetter beats Nafi Thiam, she will take the world title. But Thiam is a faster 800-meter runner. This is the last event of 7 for the heptathletes. We need to pay close attention to the clock here. We expect Anna Hall to win this. She is a brilliant 800-meter runner and a very good 400 hurdler. But let's put it into context as she goes to the front. Hall would have to beat Nafi Thiam by about 20 seconds in order to upgrade a bronze to a silver and a gold. And this graphic's good, isn't it? It's a live time projection. It's not an exact science, but what it shows us here is that Nafi Thiam is going to win back this crown. Thiam needs to finish ahead of Vetter. She doesn't need to beat her by much, but she does need to beat her. Crowd going wild here for Hall. She takes the bell in 60 seconds. It's a monstrous haul of points heading the way of Anna Hall. She's had a wonderful competition and she's got one hand on the bronze medal. She's gone quite hard though, you know. She might start wading through treacle down the back straight. Witz is beginning to close her down, the world indoor champion. Thiam still looking okay at the moment. This has been such a hard-fought competition, and I think Anna Hall has gone too hard too early. Sulek is in 4th overall, so Hall is beginning to rally. Sulek trying to deny Hall the bronze medal, but I think the American is going to respond. You'd think she was going to win the gold medal here, but it's a fine, fine run from both of them. Really quick times for a heptathlon. Hall takes it. She's on the podium. She knows she's got the bronze. And Nafi Thiam has dragged herself round the 800 meters. And her glittering list of achievements go on and on. All these women collapsing to the ground. But Nafi Thiam, barring the official confirmation, has reclaimed her world title. Multiple Olympic crowns and multiple world crowns. She moves up, I think, now into the Jess Ennis, Carolina Kluft, Jackie Joyner-Kersee era. She's becoming one of the greats, and that took everything she's got. Congratulations to Nafi Thiam. She's on top of the world once more.
They deserve to sit in the spot that they're in for a while.
Vetter did her best, but she was a very, very tired figure. Thiam's come home in a PB, by the way, of 2:13. That is sensational. A brilliant performance from her. Most of her golds have been won in around about high 600-800s, and that wasn't too far off, 7,000 points. brilliant from Nafi Thiam, absolutely brilliant. She lost out in Doha, she had some problems with her elbow. And yet another global medal for Anouk Vetter. A bronze in London, a silver in Tokyo. And it is going to be a silver again for Anouk Vetter. Anna Hall finished nearly 15 seconds up on Anouk Vetter in the end. So I mentioned about the fact that the American would need to take 20 seconds out of Nafi Thiam. She wasn't far off, taking out a massive chunk of time from Anouk Vetter. But brilliant. We have Belgium, the Netherlands and the United States on the podium. And by the way, that is the first US heptathlon medal in the World Championship since 2005. Sheila Burrell, sorry, 2001. Dan, you must be incredibly impressed, not just with Nafi Thiam, but also with Vetter getting the silver and the youngster Hall on the podium. The first American woman to do so in nearly 25 years.
Hey Rob, I tell you, I feel Nafi Thiam's relief right now. I've been in that position many times, and she turned away all challengers today, and that's what a champion does: is turns away all those that come up to challenge you. She did everything she absolutely could. You know, her elbow isn't 100% in the javelin. She did the best she could, but she turns around and runs a great 800, and she took the win out of Anouk Vetter's sails immediately. Congratulations to Anouk Vetter. She found her passion after COVID, coming to the Olympic year. A couple of back-to-back silvers for her, but Anna Hall, you said it before, I got a chance to, Rob, but we haven't seen a U.S. on the medal podium at a major championship in the heptathlon, so congratulations to her. 3 heptathlons this year, all 3 personal bests. So we're seeing a young budding star in the makings here. So it's been an exciting 2 days. Now I can't wait for the men's decathlon.
Yeah, neither can we, actually. This has been superb. Dan, another quick question, if I may. Now that Nafi Thiam's CV is growing ever further, do you think she's in that conversation? Is she approaching the sort of Carolina Klüft, Jackie Joyner-Kersee territory? I think she is. She's becoming one of the greats, isn't she?
Well, absolutely. Every time you add another global medal to your trophy case, it just gives you more of an argument. You know, Jackie Joyner-Kersee scored more than anybody else, so she's always going to be considered the greatest athlete ever. But Nafi Thiam is certainly racking up the accolades.
Great stuff from Dan O'Brien, a man who fully understands and relates to the relief of the favourites delivering in the combined events, as he has done on so many occasions. Anna Hall holding on for the individual 800-metre victory. A massive points haul of over 1,000. Sulek with a PB, Wits with a PB, so too Thiam. What a way to win the world title back with a lifetime best in the last lung-bursting event.